This looks like an exclusive department store in central Vienna, but it is in fact stocked entirely with second-hand goods. From skis to pianos, every item here has been rescued from landfill. And every day 1,000 people visit the 48er Tandler to buy items that their neighbors have thrown out as rubbish.
The best solution for waste would be waste that does not occur at all, and therefore reuse is a good aspect. To promote that aspect, we opened that shop here. It's the 48er Tandler. Here you can buy old goods that somebody else doesn't need anymore, and by that you can avoid waste, save resources and do something good for the environment.
It's all part of the radical approach Vienna has to waste. Everything is either recycled or incinerated within the city limits. Nothing gets exported for landfill. In the last 5 years, around 670,000 items of waste have been sold here for being reused. The list of the most popular items is clearly headed by tableware and household goods, but even designer clothes sometimes find their way from the trash bin to a new owner.
The Viennese solution in waste management is so unique because the city of Vienna takes the responsibility over the whole chain of waste management, starting with the planning and the legal structure and basis, going further with the collection that is done by the city on itself.
Spittelau, with the style of a modern art gallery, is one of Vienna's famous landmarks. But the building, designed by the famous architect Friedensreich Hundertwasser, doesn't house the nation's art collection. It's a giant waste incinerator. Every year, 260,000 tons of household waste are brought from the homes and businesses in the city. About a third is recycled and the rest is burned to produce energy.
We have 2 boilers, and in each boiler we burn between 16 and 18 tons of waste per hour. So that we can say we burn here between 800 and 1,000 tons of waste per day, 260,000 tons of waste per year. This is approximately a third of the Viennese household waste.
Modern technology ensures this is environmentally friendly. The waste is burned at a temperature of 850 degrees Celsius. The incineration of the city's entire annual waste collection produces the same amount of CO2 as every inhabitant would if they drove a car for 100 kilometers every year.
We burn it, and then the flue gas is cleaned by a very special system. It's one of the modernest flue gas cleaning systems all over Europe, all over the world, and so that there's no dirt coming out on our chimney.
Beneath the boilers is a jungle of pipes and tanks where all the energy produced is put to good use. The underground heating system for winter and cooling system for summer is one of the largest in Europe.
Yes, if we burn waste, we have a lot of electrical energy and we have a lot of hot water. In winter we need this hot water for heating of the flats, but in summer we don't need it. And so we built here a very special plant, a district cooling plant, where we can bring the hot water inside and where we can produce cold water to cool buildings. For example, the General Hospital. This is the biggest hospital in Austria, and we heat this hospital many years ago, and since 2009 we also can cool the hospital with the cooling power from the plant.
Across Vienna, the rubbish is used to supply heating energy to more than 400,000 homes. Frido Horvath is one of the residents in Vienna who receives his energy from the Spittelau plant.
The heating itself, or the radiator itself, is the same. It's just a different source of energy. So for me as a normal consumer, I don't feel a difference. It's just that the source of energy is more produced in a more ecological way. So I can feel good about contributing something to the environment.
The Rautenweg is a landfill site on the city boundary. Here the slag and ashes from the incineration plant are rolled into the landscape. The waste is then covered with grass. Goats have been brought to life here. They not only eat the grass, they also entertain visitors who come to the site to learn about Vienna's extraordinary waste management system. The goats, which now graze on this landfill site, were brought here to work as live lawnmowers, but also to show that above all of these millions of tons of waste, the ecosystem can still be intact. In fact, Vienna is trying to demonstrate that all of the aspects of its waste disposal system can be environmentally friendly. Vienna is one of the cities forecast to be most affected by climate change in Europe. Summer temperatures are expected to rise by 7.6 degrees Celsius in the next 30 years. The city is now investing an additional 80 million euros to develop not only the heating but also the cooling system throughout the city.
Fossil fuels are still used to produce the gas needed to heat 60% of Vienna's homes. The district heating network is now being extended in an ambitious plan to reduce this to zero.